What's going on, everybody? I am CaptainRoBear, and this is Saved by the Spell, Tormund's Quest number 5.
Here we go. 5? Wait, we haven't been doing this for 5 weeks.
We have learned to bend space and time to the will of our D&D radio.
I love it. I love it. If there's one thing I could do more in my life, it's definitely play more D&D.
You're not wrong. I'll give you some nat 20s in the chat for that.
Yes, let's go. Come on.
Welcome everybody on Twitch, YouTube, Facebook, and our very special home, Mixer, to the home of live interactive improv D&D on the internet. It is good to have all of you here.
Wow, I mean, way to put a guy on stage. I'm not used to all this pressure. I mean, I don't know what I'm gonna do with all this.
What am I gonna do? Hell, I almost didn't even give you a countdown. That's. I gave you like 3 seconds. Well, you're mumbling in my ear.
I was getting ready to wax poetic about something dumb, and he's like, "Get ready to go live." I'm like, "Oh, that means mics are going hot."
Oh God.
Luckily, I'm a trained broadcast professional, and I know exactly what I'm doing.
100, in the words of our friend Ladman. Dude. So, for everybody, this is our second episode this week of Tormund's Quest. We got to play on Monday because everybody thought I would be at PAX West, but you know, funny thing about that, I'm not.
Things happen.
You know, things happen, life happens, and that's okay. And you know, we get to play a little more D&D about it. We're in the game of saving throws time slot right now. This is normally when we get to play that game. So we're like, hey, why not do this? Yesterday was very chaotic for me. We had talked about doing Tormund's Quest back in the same time slot. Just wasn't possible. So we're like, you know, what the heck? Why not? You know, let's do it this way. And
I mean, this is kind of how it all started anyways, isn't it?
Yeah, for real. No. What's new? What's new?
Hey, you know what? You make hay when the sun shines, and you do what you got to do while you're rolling with the punches. I have no idea what I just said, but it sounded really inspirational.
I was like, it's like, hey man, San Diego does as San Diego does, right? Little Mission Beach talk, never hurt anybody.
Hey, you know what? It's gonna be a fun night tonight because you know I don't really have to worry about waking up in the morning. Finally.
Who out there in the community got to go to the meetup today? Who got to go see the Saved by the Spell crew? I think it was like 3 to 5 today at tickets. Emu was there. Let's go. Hey, if you guys have any pictures, will you please post them in the Discord?
Please. I would love to see. I mean, what would you put that under? Dice porn or pet pics?
Put that shit in general.
Yeah, I would love to see the fun that happened. I mean, I got all kinds of FOMO watching everything.
It's not tickets anymore? They said, oh my God, it changed? What is it? God, where did you guys, so it's not an Irish sports bar? So this was Mud's choice, and it was cool because there wasn't very many people there, so we kind of took it over the last time. But yeah, I'm not surprised that it's possibly closed now and turned into something else. Did you have to go to Dave & Buster's? Oh, okay, it's there. They just changed the name. Well, that's good. I'm glad it wasn't complete chaos.
Currently under new management.
Is this live from PAX? What up, Aston? I know Aston was smart enough to get a picture. Make sure you put yours in the Discord, man. I want to see you with the rest of the crew.
Dude, I got general open. I'm ready to see those pictures pop in there.
For real. Don't leave us hanging, man. I know you guys took some. I know you guys took some. Dude, you know, Radio, do you have any other announcements this week? Anything coming up that you're going to be promoting?
No, just D&D and Destiny, man. Maybe one of these days we'll actually get together and we'll go through my first playthrough of Diablo 3. But I mean, with the way things have been crazy and going, that might not happen for another week or two.
I don't know. I think I think probably the next available time that we have, like, I mean, traditionally we play co-op at night. I mean, I'm pretty sure we're going to be able to work it in.
All right, I'm gonna hold you to it because I've got it downloaded. It's ready to go. I don't know anything about the character selection, so we're gonna do it on the fly, and I don't know. We're gonna figure out what the hell I'm gonna be. It's like high school all over again. What am I gonna do with my life?
What am I gonna do? That'll be fun because we can grab a couple community members to come in and just have fun with us while we're working through it.
Oh, wait a minute, it's a game that you can actually play with your friends through the story campaign?
Unlike Monster Hunter, you can actually play with your friends through the story campaign. I know, it's shocking.
That's such a novel concept. I've never heard of that before.
I'm still utterly shocked that we can't play that game together. You know what it reminds me of? Remember when Destiny was at one of its worst states ever, and you couldn't play, like somebody would get stuck and they would have to go farm before they could do story mission?
Mm-hmm. Oh wait, I gotta go up 5 levels before I can do the story mission with you.
Yeah. Ugh. No, we're actually gonna be playing on Xbox. We will be playing on Xbox. I actually think the best version is the Xbox version. Endless Chat agrees with me as well. Controls on it are great. It really does feel better. I get carpal tunnel from fucking playing Diablo on PC. I still do it because, I mean, I spent a lifetime playing, that game on PC, but yeah, it just feels better with a controller. It just does. It's more a little bit zoomed in too. Yeah, Pook, definitely download it again, man.
Let's go. I'm gonna need a Sherpa.
Is it on Game Pass? I don't know if it's on Game Pass or not.
That I don't know.
That would be interessante. Yeah, I wouldn't think. But, I mean, let's all check ourselves. Blizzard giving away a game for free like that? They don't do that kind of stuff. For real. Just an update over here on my side. We'll be able to see everybody who types in chat from Twitch and YouTube land. Unfortunately, we won't get you from Facebook. That's the only thing. So if you're in Facebook land, we're not ignoring you. I promise. I promise. We just, I don't have that integration, man. I know a lot of folks are over there on the Facebook are just kind of joining and watching passively. I'm gonna go ahead and say hi over there. Hi. I'm gonna leave this window open so I can at least type to you if one of you says it. I'll, like, pull this thing over to the side. Booyah. Because I don't know how to pop out the chat. How crazy is that?
Tickets is now Maddie McMurphy's.
Maddie
like
McMurphy's?
That's a badass name.
It's way better than Tickets. It's way better than Tickets.
Sounds like someone I would run into in the city of Phandalin.
The best part is people will join on my Facebook that have no idea what I'm doing. They just know me as Rob, the captain, the bartender, the bar owner, and they're like, "What the fuck is he doing?" And they're like, "That's always like the next interaction when I'm like at a tailgate or like at some sort of like Cape watering hole institution." They're like,
"Hey Rob, I done seen you on Facebook. You was doing that crazy thing with that one weird dude from California doing all kinds of weird dice rolling and storytelling shit. What is that all about?"
Hell, man, we just pulled over on the side of Storytelling Highway 64 and we made shit up. We learned to play like kids again.
You mean like, without psychedelic drugs or meth?
All of it. Oh, it's so good. Yeah, so everybody from Facebook, if you're joining in, love you guys to death. Hey, Patty, I see you, one of my soccer friends. What up, dude? Looking forward to another show. Hey, I'm glad you enjoy watching on Facebook, man. That's the best part about tossing the stream out. You're allowed to get to enjoy us on whatever platform you do, and I really dig that. This is very, very cool. I will toss out, if you're on one of the other outstanding platforms, there is a way to support us in the form of the Patreon. I'm linking that bad boy out. So if you enjoy Saved by the Smell, there is a way to support us, and that is through Patreon. Because, you know, these shows are not free to make. That is definitely that is the truth. But hey, I appreciate each and every one of you that do subscribe through Mixer, that are subscribed through Twitch, and subscribe through our Patreon. Thank you guys for supporting us so much and allowing us to tell stories regularly, now sometimes 4 times a week. It's amazing.
I'm sorry, that just makes me excited.
Makes me excited. Makes me excited. So if you're new to this campaign, Tormund's Quest, we're actually playing the Dragon of Icespire Peak. It is a new module that D&D released back in August. You can actually play D&D with 2 people. So you and a friend, you and your significant other can sit down and enjoy D&D, and we show you how you can enjoy this. And we integrate and add some people in from time to time, but largely it's a 2-person performance between me and the RadioMang, and it just shows you how flexible and easy it can be to enjoy D&D. A lot of folks think, oh my God, I got to get this party. I have to find where I don't even have these friends. How do I start? You can literally play with one other friend that you have and enjoy what is the wonders of group storytelling. Because in the end, it doesn't matter what setting it is. It doesn't matter, you know, what kind of style of fantasy, whether it's sci-fi or high fantasy or space opera. It doesn't matter. We're telling the stories of the human condition, and that's what gets you in the feels and what makes me love doing this. So.
Well, and there's also another thing you need to tell everybody about who may not be familiar with what we do on the most interactive D&D on the planet. You've also got your Stream Loots cards. So why don't you tell everybody what those do?
So you're going to see these crazy cards come up, and you're going to see them come up a lot, actually. These cards are what the community can purchase, and I'm linking them over here on the Facebook. These cards directly interact with the stream, and you're able to purchase these. They come with little DCs, numbers you have to roll on them, so you'll get a card and you'll be able to directly interact with the stream. You can play the card, it'll influence the game in some way, and if you roll a dice with that number or higher, it applies the actual effect. So you'll see those coming at us all the time during the game, especially when we're in combat. The community is very generous in trying to help us out overcome our fears. And there's somebody playing a card that does nothing, but it is Randy's Wooden Pickle. One of our favorites.
It was a 13. Let's go.
Oh, good job, T. Perfect. You're a saint for playing that and not disenchanting it. Cheers to you, T. It's a beautiful thing. It's a beautiful thing.
Spicy. It's a spicy pickle.
It's a spicy pickle. In other news, besides just our D&D stream and it being everywhere now, which is killer, I will be highlighting a video game that I really love in 2 weeks. Actually, it's a little over like a week and a half. Starting on Tuesday the 28th, I will be highlighting the Pillars of Eternity 2 Deadfire series on its Xbox and PlayStation release. We will be giving away game codes throughout the week, and I will actually be playing that in my daytime slot from 10 a.m. CST to generally 3 to 4 p.m. CST each day, and I'm going to do it from Tuesday through Sunday. So I'm very excited to share that game with you. It'll be the first time that it's going to be on console, which is dope. I have got to play it on PC when it came out. It has a pack that if you're a Critical Role fan and you're a critter like me, you can actually recruit the members from Critical Role to be on it, and they fully voice acted them. So you can have Grog, you can have Keyleth, you can have Percy, you can have all these cool characters in your game. Vex and Vax, I mean, how cool is that? So I think you're gonna really enjoy what we have for you there, just playing that game. And I know you guys want to get a little taste of D&D outside of playing. It's one of the closest ways you can get it. If you want to play a game and turn on D&D in 10 minutes and start playing, that's the game.
Sold. I'm
Yeah.
so in.
There's a handful of them that are like that, and Pillars of Eternity is one of them. Great series. Highly recommend the first one, which is also available already on console. But this is the Ultimate Edition, so it'll have all the expansions, all the goodies, which is really cool. And if you guys are interested early, I already have it on the direct link to purchase up in the top right-hand corner. You can purchase up there. It'll go straight to your Xbox. It supports the channel at no extra cost to you. So if you guys are interested in playing on Xbox, the link is up there if you're over here on the Mixer side. I think that about wraps it up. I think it's time to dive back into this bad boy.
So, Captain, tell us what happened last week on Tormund's Quest.
I was really hoping you would say like one of the other shows.
Come on, trained broadcast professional.
Why would I ever doubt a man like you and your talents?
They're slim, but they're there.
Last week on Tormund's Quest, after learning of the trouble at Big Al's ranch over at Butterskull, Tormund took a contract to go and emancipate that ranch from its orc invaders. Meeting a couple of the ranch hands on the way there, fleeing from the ongoing attack, they befriended Bo, a half orc with a penchant for killing orcs, and Zalem, the old
Zalman.
Zalman. God, I keep saying it wrong. It's because I know a real life Zalem, and I don't know. Say it one more time for me so I can get it out of my system.
Zalman.
Zalman, thank you. The old seasoned ranch hand, Zalman. You guys were able to actually find the precious Petunia, the most prized cow of all of Butterskull Ranch, early on, dispense of a ridiculous orc party and the boars that were there literally nibbling on the feet of a very, very wounded Big Al. You were able to dispense of some massive orcs, one with a nasty swinging morning star, another with double long swords with the help of your friends, and one of them even turning into a werewolf.
The Beaumont Brawler.
The Beaumont Brawler. You dispensed of all of them and was able to secure Big Al to where he could get rest and begin the process of healing. On his almost deathbed, Big Al bequeathed to Tormund his family's axe, an axe with a story of Tribor engraved in its own handle, given a gift that he may not even fully appreciate yet, but will come to in some time. One that's helped clear the land and hopefully will clear the path for Tormund in his adventures to come. We're going to pick up on the road, heading back from Butterskull Ranch back to Phandalin. About halfway there as last time, stopping down at the same creek that we did where we found the cow Petunia. We're going to pick up having made camp and taking our first real short rest for quite some time since our encounter.
Tormund sitting by the fire, putting a field edge on this new axe. Just against the whetstone and looking at the handle and looking at the ornateness of it, and in true noob fashion, one hands it and waves it. And It's a pretty cool axe, don't you think?
Tormund, it's more than just a cool axe. It's a family heirloom. You can feel within that axe as I take the hilt from him and I weigh it in my own hands. You can feel the strength of the ancestors, people that work this land, Tormund. This is not a gift to be taken lightly.
Oh, I mean, it wasn't lightly. I mean, we did save the guy's life after all.
Tormund, you have much to learn of this world.
Is this what adventuring's all about? Save the people, take the loot, celebrate.
Boy, I don't know when it's gonna click in your head that there's more to life than the payoff. This axe is proof that everything is about the process, Tormund. Look at it from when it starts down at the bottom. Engraved just as pioneers, people with hope have come to a new land, possibly with nothing, maybe only their meek possessions. And you can see by the end of it, they've cut and cleared the land. They've sown the seeds. You can see literally the cycle of life in this family on their hilt that comes up to the blade. You need to respect things like this. This isn't just an axe. It's a history book.
I'm gonna respect it. I'm gonna respect it the next time I swing it into another one of those ugly orcs' faces.
I hand it back to him. Just remember where it came from, Tormund. It's important that you do.
He's gonna hold it, look down at the inscriptions once again, and just kind of pause and try and take in what Dirakt is telling him. And like many fucking kids, he's just gonna try and tell himself, okay, I get it, I understand. And then, you know, now that he's got the edge on it that he wants, he's gonna tuck it back in his sack.
We have any of that spam left that we cooked up the last time, or are we running short on provisions, Tormund? Did you accurately account for this journey?
Just ruin the sack a little bit.
I'm gonna need you to roll a survival check on that.
Perfect. I love it. Let's go. Let's see what old Tormund did on survival.
Since you rushed out of town, we're gonna set that DC at 16.
16? All right, got a +3. Let's see what happens. That's gonna be 18.
Oh, just enough.
Yeah.
Just enough. We got just enough spam left. All right.
Dirakt, I see I got probably enough to make it into town. I got 3 cans, and a couple of other, you know, dried provisions.
Good. This will do. This will do. As I sit down back against the tree, as this old dragonborn does.
Hey, Dirakt.
Yes, Tormund?
Tell me, how did all this go when you, Dad, and Grandpa went out? I mean, how did you do this whole Phoenix thing? And he looks down at his arms to where the ash phoenixes had burned and cauterized his wounds, and he now has scars in his scales. How did you come to do this? As he kind of points down at them.
How did I get used to the scars?
Oh, no. The Phoenix, the magic thing. I mean, I always hear Dad talk about Bahamut. How did the Phoenix become your god?
It's a difficult story, Tormund. It's one that takes a certain level of understanding. I would say, like any adventurer, they go through a certain period in their life, Tormund, where things drastically change. And the way that you saw the world before is no longer the same. And you see it through completely different eyes. That's what this phoenix means to me, Tormund. I see this world in a completely different light. It was as if my eyes were even wilder and brighter than yours before I came to know the phoenix. This is true. Even myself was a meandering young man one point in time.
So it's like taking the knowledge you had growing up and then coming back to be my age again.
Oh, Tormund, I'm saying that I was young and naive as I was. God damn it, now you got me doing it. I was as young as naive as you at one point in time until the Phoenix entered my life. Changed my perspective. Something that you're doing now is you should be looking at that axe. It should be changing your perception, not just a weapon of destruction. As you look at it, I look at it as a history book. That's the kind of change that the Phoenix meant to me. At some point in time in your life, you'll have a moment like that. Or at least I hope you do. Otherwise, you'll go through life like an ostrich, your head in the sand.
Well, Dad said that was always the perfect time to kill him, because you could just chop the head off.
Damn it, boy. Someday you won't be so fucking literal.
All right, old man, go take your nap by the tree. I'll take first watch.
I just shake my head. No, I didn't take this task on for the conversation, Dirakt, as I think in my head. The boys come a good ways. In the end, sometimes you can't take the barbarian out of the barbarian. I think to myself that I need to put this in terms that he can understand. I need to rephrase things. Maybe it's my approach. Maybe I'm the one that's being too obtuse. Shit. God damn it, Dirakt.
Tormund's just kind of watching the fire and checking the tree line, watching the trail, just waiting for Dirakt to nod off to sleep.
It doesn't take long. Even with his self-loathing. like a comfortable recliner, that Dragonborn has learned to take long snoozes underneath willow trees.
As soon as he notices Dirakt starts to snore, he reaches back and grabs that axe and starts to look once again at the inscriptions on it. And the progress, much like Dirakt was describing from the hilt to the blade, instead of just taking it in as one picture of success of man, he starts to look at the beginnings of how things started very, very rural and very basic and built up over time as described through the handle and the hilt all the way to the blade. And it gets his mind starting to wonder about this process he keeps hearing about. What is this progression? Isn't this axe just a tool of destruction? What more could it mean? What and why would someone go through the trouble of making such a weapon so ornate, so beautiful? And as he sits there in the silence of Dirakt snoring, it starts to sink in his head that it's not just about smashing things. There's a certain amount of personal pride and respect and accomplishment, and more accomplishment than even he understands in the couple of battle victories that he's had so far. He hasn't quite put it all together yet, but he feels like he's part of a bigger picture. He's part of this larger universe that he can't describe.
I would like you to go into your character sheet and add a manual override of a +1 to your wisdom.
All right, I'm just going to put that in notes. We'll take care of that later.
Yeah, just put it in your notes. You'll be able to do it later.
You said +1?
Yeah.
Okay.
Tormund's growing up.
Sitting there with his axe in his hand, just contemplating everything, contemplating who would have made the axe, and just watching the fire. He'll sit there and stand his post until Dirakt wakes up.
And use your roll a perception check.
Seven.
You hear a noise faintly in the distance. Can't really tell what it is at first. You don't pay any attention to it. It takes 5, 6, 7 more times before you realize you can faintly hear the call of wolves. And you think about your new buddy Bo. He's out there somewhere.
Hearing the call, he almost wants to shout Bo's name, but he's not.
Who knows? He might be out there rutting around.
No. Even if it is Bo, I don't want to call him. He might be indisposed. Yeah, indisposed. Yeah, he's having a good time.
You do anything else before you two lay down and get some rest?
No, I'm just gonna sit there and hold that axe, kind of almost cradling it, watching Dirakt sleep, watching the fire, just making sure that nobody's sneaking up on us.
Is the fire still lit?
Yeah, I've been throwing small branches and twigs on it to keep it low. Just it's more a warm pile of ashes and coals at this point than it is a roaring fire. It is just enough to generate heat within the circle that it's in.
Gotcha. Your sleep slowly takes hold of you. Slump down into your own slumber. Isn't, but for maybe another hour and a half, 2 hours, begin to have visions. To a dream. You see people screaming. As you adjust your eyes, you look and you can see They're all on fire. Women, children. And you look, and just as you see they're on fire, you see it extinguished. And they become solid ice in front of you. You can see huts that were on fire, no longer completely snow covered. As you rush into this town, you can see a massive white dragon waylaying into it. The town is nondescript. It's like one that you've never seen before. But the sound strikes fear into not just the hearts of the people around you, but you to your core as it belts out. It's enough to jar you from your slumber. And as you wake up, ashes still simmering in the fire. You're there, everything is fine. Peace of the night. You can even hear the crickets that usually inhabit your garage that you stream out of. As the sound of those crickets slowly take you back to sleep. If you have not, go ahead and click that long rest on your character sheet.
Long rested.
As you begin to wake up, Tormund, Dirakt is already awake. Like any proper old man, he had to piss 3 hours ago and hasn't been able to get back to bed. The smell of campfire coffee is already there. Yeah. Good to see you're awake, sleepyhead.
Oh. God. Do you ever get used to sleeping on the ground?
That's why I lean up against trees, boy. Keeps my back aligned. I lay down on that rumpy, bumbly ass road, I might not ever be able to get back up again. Hell, that's a lie, because I'd have to take a piss at some point in time. Damn.
Hey, Dirakt, let me ask you a question. You ever have a dream seems like misplaced time? Like, I don't know how to describe it. It was like,
Oh, yeah, hand me that spoon. Thank you, Tormund.
yeah, I don't know. It's like, it's not something that's happened, but maybe something that will happen.
Premonition, said yes, many times, but for very different reasons. Saying you had a very vivid dream, dreams aren't always that literal. But sometimes they can explain things to us. Been under a lot of stress, Tormund.
Yeah.
I'll be very honest with you. His dreams are going to become more often. When you go down the adventuring road, like me and your father, your grandfather, these kinds of things are going to become more often. You're going to see things, you're going to do things like we did at Butterskull that are going to remain with you for the rest of your days. You'll never be able to unsee the things you do or see. It will take a lifetime accepting that.
This was so real. It was
like you were there, right? Just in the middle of it.
Yeah, and I was standing in a town, frozen by the white dragon.
Oh, really? You didn't dream of orcs?
No, that's. But it was literally a town that was on fire, being extinguished by the white dragon that we've heard so much about already. And I don't know. It was like I was there, but I wasn't there. It was like it felt like I was in the future.
Really?
I mean, you said it. It's probably just adventure dreams. Yeah, just adventure dreams. I reach down and grab some coffee and try and order myself.
Tormund, do you have proper parchment? Do you have a journal?
I secured some paper when we were in town when you told me I needed to write things down after the bar, but...
Those papers, that quill. I want you to start writing not just what you see in your dreams down, but what you did at Butterskull Ranch, what you did at Nomengard. Eventually, when you get to be an old adventurer like myself, these things are gonna fade. It's important. It's important.
Come on, Dirakt. That's you're talking like journal stuff, like what Fortuna does. That's girl stuff.
It is not girl stuff. That is people stuff. You need to get that through your thick skull right now, boy. That's the human condition. It has nothing to do with the sex. Girl stuff. I'm not telling you you need to write the next great novella. I'm telling you need to jot things down so you can remember and have that perspective. Because what good is it if you forget it? You see, Tormund, this whole world has that problem. We got a dragon problem on the side of this mountain right now. There's been 1,000 dragon problems before it. And there's gonna keep being 1,000 dragon problems because we all don't take the damn time to remember things. And Tormund, in this life into the next, history will repeat itself. That's why we write things like bestiaries. If we didn't, some young adventurer would go off and get killed by a slime in some old dwarven ruins because they didn't know any better, and they split it into 100 pieces and it consumed them. History is everything, Tormund.
Tormund's just gonna sit there, and for once he has nothing to smart off about. There's no bullshit fucking call he can make in Dirakt's logic for anything he said, because it's literally everything he's experienced. Because he was ready to go into that cave with his axe and slash at slimes when he was handed an axe and told no. You don't take the axe, take the hammer and smash him. Direkt has literally put everything in line in barbarian speak to try and get it through Tormund's head. And he has nothing to fucking say.
Well, like a lot of young hot-blooded American males, they're a lot better in history class than they are philosophy.
So
sometimes you gotta find a way to connect.
So while he's sitting there with Quill folded ratty papers in his hands, he's just going to jot on the front page Tormund's quest.
That's dope.
And then we'll spend the rest of the next 15 to 30 minutes just scribing out things while he's drinking the coffee that he just poured himself and not saying a fucking word.
It's so good. And I think that's just where we're going to cut that scene. That's where it needs to be. That's where it needs to be. Great job. Go ahead and give yourself a 1d4 of inspiration.
1d4 inspiration. Let's go. Be right back.
As we gather our materials and pick up camp, taking one last chance to go down to the stream and fill up our water skins. Some good fresh water. A breeze flows through the trees. Direkt's one scaled dragonborn hand holding up over next to the river birch. Kind of taking a moment to enjoy the countryside. It's a pleasure for him to get to go out and spend time with his nephew. As an adventurer and a mercenary, you spend a lot of time in the worst parts of the world. And this is the closest thing is an uncle taking his nephew fishing as he's probably ever gonna have. And a matter of fact, he sits there and he thinks, oh God, maybe sometime I do need to take the boy fishing. He finishes collecting that water. Tormund!
Yeah, what?
Let's load this burrow up. We need to go back and collect our reward.
Whatever you say.
Maybe this time you'll get paid what you negotiated.
I'm just gonna get the bill of freight this time. I'm not gonna try and talk him up.
And Tormund, what is exactly owed to you in that bill of sale?
He's gonna start flipping his sack around.
Yep.
We didn't have one for this job, did we?
Oh, we do. I have it wrote down in my journal. Oh boy. Well, let's just play a little game while we meander into town as they begin to walk with the burrow. Give me your first best guess, Tormund.
One night with Halia.
Boy, I will slap the snot out of you if you ever disrespect that woman and guildmaster the way that you did.
Oh, come on. I'm just joking. I mean,
You're not joking that you're not capable of being that clear.
Really, that transparent, huh?
I said that wrong. I should have said obtuse. Yes, you were absolutely clear. You're too damn transparent. You can see it all over your face. Damn it, I'm getting dumber just listening to you, Tormund. Shit.
I was so blinded by her beauty that I don't remember why we took this job. I just remember that the dwarves told us we needed to go to Butterskull Ranch and kill somebody because I really wanted to impress her.
Just shake my head. And there, even after you got punched, you couldn't just sit there and listen, could you?
I was distracted. Come on.
It's 100 gold pieces, you numbskull.
Nah, are we collecting from Harbin or are we collecting from the Guildmaster?
Harbin will have the coin. The quest came from the Guildmaster, though. Harbin is the keeper of that coin. We must go see him.
Well, then 100 gold it is, and 100 gold is exactly what I'll make sure we get this time.
Damn it, boy. You make me hit my wineskin before it's even noon.
You know, Dad used to say the same thing about me when we'd go out and do things in town.
It makes a lot of sense why your daddy had some long nights with me. I can understand why. I can imagine a whole household of you Faust running around.
I mean, you never had to worry about Eve. She always had her nose in her book. She's so self-righteous. Fortuna, no one could ever find. And there's...
Oh, Fortuna.
He pauses when he thinks of his brother. As he thinks of Dominus, he almost starts to rage just a little bit.
I wouldn't be surprised if some young sapling tree was on the opposite side of that exchange.
And as he thinks about Dominus, he's starting to he's filling with just fire and anger. He's looking around for something. I'm gonna roll perception. You tell me what I see. It's a fucking 9. What's around me? Something's about to get kicked.
You just go for the largest fucking rock that you can find that's in front of you. It's the size of your boot. Go ahead and roll a strength check.
Perfect. All right. That's 19.
Oh, 19. That thing damn near splits a fucking pair of trees like a goalpost. You jettison this thing like you're Bo Jackson. just fucking takes out all his aggression that he has building up on him right through the sole of his foot, all the way to the top, and just boots this rock. Jesus, my boy. God, I come over and I grab your shoulder and my hand doesn't even go all the way around your trap. Hold on. You are an unbelievably strong young man, Tormund. He's kind of that feeling the hand and hearing the voice is more what snaps him out of it than anything else. It's just he drops everything and just starts to relax again. What was that, Dirakt? Sorry, I was distracted. Harbin, right? We're going to Harbin. That's right. That's immediately trying to change the subject as fast as he can. That's right, boy. Going to go see Harbin. Go ahead and roll a survival check.
16.
16. You're getting better at this. As you're able to navigate the Tribor Trail back into the mining town of Phandalin. You can hear the sounds of trade, the old guild, shipments of coal back and forth. The hustle and bustle of the mining town is in full force. Even into the wee hours of the afternoon. These are hard-working people. They don't take 3-hour lunches in Phandalin. They don't have that kind of grace.
No siestas?
No, not in this town. They gotta fight for every edge, ounce, and copper that they have. You were back in Phandalin proper now. You can choose to go where you please.
Tormund walking in with a vigor, just looking around, watching the hustle and bustle, just observing what's going on around him, seeing if there's anything that needs his attention on the street.
Roll a general perception check.
I mean, 17.
17. Nothing in particular catches your eye of anyone that needs help. There's kind of a cart that's got a little bit of a saggy wheel, and you notice it, and you go over and you do your best young man trying to impress your grandpa, and you go over there and you fix the axle. It's kind of one of those where you're like, yeah, I gotta look like a man in front of my uncle, you know?
Yep, pretty much.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, what you got is a misfiring cylinder on the 8th. So we're gonna have to readjust that distributor cap and make sure that we're getting an equal firing pattern on all sides.
Amazing.
So it's for this one, it's more like, yeah, it looks like the tongue on your rear suspension's looking a little distraught. Hold on, let me refix this cotter pin here to equalize that the weight distribution that's going on here. And that'll help you out.
Thank you. It's a couple of goblins that are sitting there, and you're like, I appreciate that, Dragonborn. Thank you very much.
Glad I could help.
And just as quickly as you ran over there, they're off on their way to go and do God knows what.
It doesn't matter as they scurry off.
Profiteers.
They scurry off. He's gonna look back at Dirakt and like, hey, come on.
He just nods his head in approval. Good thing you're
He'll
using
take
that. Not just using the brawn of your body, you're using a little bit of brain and simple courtesy for you, man. Good on you, Tormund.
Can I say, you're starting to rub off on me, Dirakt. The more I hang out with you, the more I'm gonna be you, yeah.
Maybe I can start getting you to hold open doors.
What, that's a thing?
Yeah, and it's not a Dragonborn thing. Not a Dragonborn thing. That's a learned adventurer trait. Dragonborn's just Gancaster, you just blow open doors. we're making that canon right now.
Yep. There is no holding doors. There is door and open and go in.
It's Tormund's door.
Yep.
Comes full circle. Took me years to get your daddy to hold open a damn door.
I can't imagine what he was waiting for.
I can almost understand the philosophy.
We're just making our way over to Harbin's.
You make your way back over to Harbin's. You come back to the familiar wooden door and its small slot on the side. I said no one. There is absolutely not. If you are a white dragon boy, or a white dragon, I'm sorry. If you are a white dragon, I am not here.
Harbin, it's Tormund, Faust, and Dirakt. As he opens the door, I actually have the fucking orc head from the dwarven mine at the door slot.
You've been back since the dwarven mine.
I know, but it's been in my bag the whole fucking time.
Oh God! Oh.
I've been saving this for this motherfucker.
Oh God, boy! Direkt looks back over. God's blessed, boy. I thought that smell's been you the entire time. I've been trying to encourage you to take baths at every turn. It's been that damn orc head. Jesus.
No, this has been my souvenir. I wanted to bring this here to Harbin.
Oh, it's starting to go ahead and roll a 1d10. Anything over a 5. Severe decomposition.
It's a 2.
Oh. Somehow
connective tissue still barely hanging on the skull.
Yeah, we're lucky. It's not laced with maggots.
Literally have the ponytail wrapped around my hand and I'm dangling it.
I can see, boy, you dispensed of those orcs well. Do not bring. And I said, do not bring that damn head into this house.
You know what this for your mantle?
Put that over in the garden. Put that over in the garden.
You gotta and just
roll a dexterity check. I want to see if you can land in the middle of the tomato ring.
Okay, perfect.
Kobe!
See, the nice thing is, I get I get advantage on dexterity against effects that are not blinded. So basically, I get a dexterity advantage. So I'll roll 2. All right, so that'd be +2. That's 19.
Ringer!
Into the tomatoes.
Gonna be some interesting heirlooms next spring, summer. Orc head cheese, anyone? Oh. Come in. As Harbin plops down. Well, it's good to see that you actually did complete the quest to relieve the dwarven miners. I'm assuming the guild properly paid you for this.
Yeah, and the guild had a job listed with you for 100 gold for Butterskull Ranch, and that's done as well. Big Al is happily in his ranch, resting and tending to his family. And he's gonna take his axe and just lay it on the table. And all is well on that farm.
I can't believe that you have Big Al's axe. As he picks it up, I haven't seen this thing. You know, boy, you must have done something very special. When me and Big Al, young little shits like you, he used to use this axe for lumberjack competitions back in the county fair. My God, I've seen him clear a pathway with these. If you come back with something like this, you left quite the impression on old Al.
Al is a very generous man, and I was happy, along with some friends we met along the road in Dirakt, to help save him from what looked to be a rather tenuous invasion of some razorbacks and some orcs and some really pissed off orcs.
Really?
One carried a morning star, the other carried 2 swords. Large, gigantic motherfuckers. And he stands and he tries to kind of do this towering thing over Harbin to kind of to judge the scale, but Harbin's so fucking big. I mean, he's literally just up in his shit. He'll sits back down.
You don't say. We certainly have ourselves an orc problem, it seems like. No doubt caused by that dastardly dragon. Ever since it's been moving around from place to place, messing with our damn local economy, the trade, and the taxes, and don't even get me started.
Let me ask you a question. Are there any towns around the mountain where the dragon has last been seen?
Last report that I got, he wasn't near any town, but it's been a couple of weeks. We don't know where exactly that damn dragon is at. Said he was out there rustling around, eating all them farmers' cattle. He could be a lot of places. Tormund, you need to keep your eyes out. If you see him, you need to let us know. We gotta mark him on the map just for very occasions like this. We have to start tracking his patterns.
All right, so tell me, riddle me this. What is the closest cattle town that he was last seen around outside of Phandalin?
The last cattle town. You see, these aren't towns, boy. They're places like Butterskull Ranch. They're all around Tribor. You're talking about the bread basket of Faerun here. These are townships and hamlets at best. Loosely configured, but Old Duncantown is probably the most incorporated of the villages outside of Tribor.
Which direction is Duncantown from here?
Now, why are these questions about Duncantown and where you think this dragon has been? You done here first. Before we go even any further, he slides the 100 gold pieces over to your side. Now, boy, I know you got itching to go after this dragon. It seems like, but your Uncle Dirakt will be able to talk you in a little lick of sense here. You're not going to be able to go by yourself, and it doesn't matter how big of a badass your uncle is. The both of you can't take on this project yet. We need to continue to track its movements so we can catch it off guard. I can see where this is going. I'm gonna try and go and sniff it out in the last location. Not yet. You're not ready.
I was just curious on its movements. That's all. He's gonna take the 100 gold.
Don't you worry. That is official county business, and the county will let you know when we've completed our study of that dragon's movements. Now, That's not to say I don't have some work for you. I do. I'm rather impressed that you were able to impress Big Al, and in such fashion, as he slides that axe back over your way.
Right back in the pack so he can see the handle popping over my shoulder.
I have a rather personal task for you, Tormund.
This be the first time Tormund's actually going to lean into old Bigot, or the old, Jesus, what the hell's his name? Harbin.
See, I have some family too, Tormund. My brother-in-law, actually not my brother-in-law, he's my half-brother, Tibor Wester runs a logging camp north of here, outside of Neverwinter. I need someone who's trustworthy to run them up provisions. They're on a highly lucrative camp south of Neverwinter, and if it wasn't for the goods and services that they provide, those logs, this town would be barren. We need those logs to build homes, businesses here, Tormund. This is a very important quest. I wouldn't give this to anyone that hasn't proved themselves in the field.
Where do we need to pick up these provisions?
Arathan's provisions. Here in town, if you make this delivery of those provisions and escort them in, got another 100 gold pieces your way. Matter of fact, now that I've seen you deliver, that's what I would give to just any run of the mill. I will give you 125 gold pieces, Tormund, since you have gone above and beyond. He slides over that contract your way.
Take it, fold it up. They are gonna include moving any donkeys for all these provisions.
Arathan will provide you with an oxen. And
Just one?
Yes, just one.
I'm kidding. We'll get it done. Don't worry about it. We'll take care of Tibor for you. Anything you want me to relay to him personally? Because he's family.
Yeah. Matter of fact, I do. Because he spins his chair back. And I just realized who this is in my mind. who I've been portraying as he spins around. It's the boss from Dinosaurs, Sinclair!
Raise your hand in chat if you're old enough to remember Dinosaurs.
Damn it, Sinclair! Cigar popping. It's a mixture between a southern Jabba the Hutt and that Triceratops.
Yes, right there. Not the mama. Not the mama. Yes. That made me happy. That's perfect.
Oh, and the gifts. If you guys aren't in the mixer side, that's the beauty of it. You get to see all these wonderful gifts that they post in chat. He slides over a bottle of whiskey and a small humidor. Now, don't you dare pop the cap on that whiskey. However, inside that humidor, there's more than enough. You and your uncle can have one of them cigars. Make sure that bottle of whiskey makes its way over to Tibor. They got it rough out there in the sticks. He's gonna need that to warm his own internal hearth, if you know what I mean.
He's gonna put his hand down on the table. I promise you, we will not have those cigars without Tibor.
Good. I appreciate that. He sticks out his hand.
Gonna come back in for a nice grab.
All right, Tormund, we have a deal. All right, Long's with you. You see that damn dragon anywhere? You let me know, you son of a bitch.
Right. White Dragon, location, all yours.
And don't
Tibor,
go
whiskey.
chasing waterfalls.
We'll take care of it. See you in a couple of days.
All right. He nods his head in approval. Begin to make your way back out and head over to Baratheon's Provisions in the center of town. And we'll go ahead and take our first break and refill on our beverages. It'll only take us a couple of minutes.
At max. Be right back.
You go ahead and then I'll take off. Too young to get the reference. Google it. Great googly moogly. Guys, thanks for joining us over here on Tormund's Quest, man. This one's already had some great RP, man. Coming of age. Oh, of course, getting the reference from memory actually means much more. Fucking cheeky. What's up, buddy? Man, that wine in my cup didn't last very long. Thank you guys. Thanks everyone for joining us. Appreciate you guys using some of them stream loots too. What up, Drake? We get a shout out for
lucky
Drake.
Card.
Oh, you got a lucky already in it?
Yeah, I got
Nice.
lucky in there.
Let's go. All right, I'll be right back.
Hit it. Uh-oh, what happened here? At least my pull. Nerp. All right. Oh, there it is. Back at it again. Let's go. Oh, Drake made me happy with that. Let's go with you, dude. You, me, Captain, like the only three people who are not at PAX South at this point.
I decided I needed a bigger boat.
Oh, there we go. When in doubt, grab the bigger boat. Hey, Dave, what's going on? Back south. There's south, east, west, unplugged. So many PAXs. It's kind of like the gaming / streaming industry coming together. This one's south is in San Antonio. Like east is in Boston. West is in Seattle. Unplugged, I don't remember where Unplugged is. Up, down, left, right. The Konami Code of PAXs. Hell yes. I will admit I have a little bit of FOMO because I had planned it being at this PAX, but it was, you know, how everything in the universe always works out the way it should. My wife ended up breaking her thumb about 2 weeks ago. So even if I had bought my tickets, booked my hotel, booked my flight, I would have never been able to go for PAX because I've got to help her with the kids and work and showering. It's it's kind of a package deal. That's just the way it goes. Everything happens for a reason. Oh yeah. Well, dude, it was the worst thing. She broke her thumb right here, first metatarsal. I believe that's where it is. And it was a fracture where it just kind of literally chipped it out and flipped in her hand. So she has 4 appointments on Tuesday with orthopedic surgeon for possible surgery. But she did it literally on a hike, sliding down a hill and then bracing herself, but she slipped and then shoved her hand down, and that's what broke it. That pushing her hand down is what snapped it. She heard it crack and she thought, oh, maybe it was just a light fracture or a sprain. No, couldn't get that lucky. After she came home, we iced it, heated it, hoping for the best. The next day was double the size of her thumb and all black through the top and the palm of her hand. Dude, yeah. And here's the problem, like her income is based on these. She's a hair and makeup stylist. So, I mean, try and open a bobby pin with these 2 fingers. It's fucked up. But she's a stud. She's knocking it out. I mean, when you own your own business, you know you make things work. So had I tried to go to PAX, it would have never worked. I would have come back a divorced man. And let me tell you, I love being married. All right.
Let's head over to Baratheon's Provision, shall we?
Wow. Don't let me forget to stock up on stuff for our pack as well, because the can I have left of spam isn't going to do anybody any good if we're on the road for more than a day.
Finally starting to think with your head, Tormund.
Starting to learn a few things hanging out with you, Dirakt. Maybe one of these days you'll learn a little something from me. As he starts to kind of shuffle and dance in the streets. And it's not pretty. It's not pretty. It is the most dad wannabe white boy dance you've ever seen, of elbow, hip, and ass shuffling. Just, yeah.
Something is going to lay down with that at some point in time, Dirakt thinks to himself. And they're going to create something between the both of them. And by gods, I'm scared of what that creation might do or be.
Yeah. Come on, Dirakt, we'll get you some. Yeah.
I'm fearful of the constitution of the lady who wants that.
As soon as he says lady, bam, there's one lady who's popped into his mind. He's not going to mention her name this time, but he's just going to go, yeah.
Dirakt goes, boy, there's one thing that'll never change, and that's how you raise a young man. Some things will never change. What they can't have, the windy pfeffercorns of this world. Come on, boy.
Fucking broke me on that one.
Let's go to Baratheon's.
He's going to continue to It's quite the scene walking down the streets of Phandalin with this black dragonborn and this chunky motherfucker just right behind him. Just
It's like an overweight John Travolta. Like
100%. That's exactly what I'm doing. I'm doing the fucking John Travolta.
Oh, totally. But I mean, you're still yoked, but you're like strong, man. You still got that belly. Tormund's still got that. He's got his he's strong as fuck, but he's still got his baby fat. He hasn't been lean on the road eating just spam quite long enough yet. Oh man.
He doesn't know about second breakfasts.
As you make your way up to the Brathen's Provisions, I can describe that is definitely not the song that I was going for there. It's like some sort of bizarre. No, that is not the song. This is what we're going for as you make your way up to Brathen's Provisions. It's a boisterous and busy supply store. You can tell that this is a institution of institutions. This is the kind of place that when you were a child, when your dad brought you there, you would be stuck for 3 hours because he's gonna talk to every single person in there. It's the Tractor Supply Company meets gas station.
Thank you. I was gonna say, so basically I just walked into a combination of Harbor Freight and Tractor Supply.
Yeah. It's a co-op, man. You can get a pair of blue jeans, you can get 3 chicks.
You can dance if you want to.
You can buy 50 pounds of bird seed or leave your friends behind. I grew up in these places. The best part is when you walk in and you get that good old country store smell. There's a big old jar of rock candy right in the front and about a 2-yard stick of beef jerky.
Ooh.
You just can't help yourself. You immediately, because no one has ever actually waited to pay for those. They're there. You go ahead and take one. You know, you need to keep your stick. And that one, all you gotta do is breathe close to them. They know you've had the jerky. Oh, and it is. It's full of garlic, full peppercorns, multiple varieties actually, and a little bit of cherry pepper has been worked into it as well.
Oh, Dirakt. Try this. He's gonna hold the stick over to him.
As you hold the stick, you look over. Dirakt's already got one in his mouth. I smelled that from a mile away, boy. Thank you, but I had to get my own.
Cherry peppercorn. Just abs. This needs a lamb. In the worst way. Oh my God, this is so good. He just takes another bite and starts chewing.
It's good. As you wander a little bit further into Brathen's, you can see a middle-aged man in the middle, currently weathered leather apron, kind of male pattern baldness, flannel shirt tucked down into his blue jeans. Got some very yellow Wolverines laced up high.
Carhartt jacket.
If it was cold enough right now, he would. But then he'd have the whole bibs and everything else on too. He's actually standing there. What looks like his wife. Classic Midwestern bobbed cut, freshly rolled this morning. Glasses with a set of chains Go
Oh,
back.
yeah. I like this guy. Greetings.
Hey, Pard. Welcome.
This is quite the establishment you have here as I take another bite of my beef stick.
So you like the jerky, do you? Yeah.
Have you ever thought about doing this with a lamb instead of
Well, matter of fact, we used to have some with lamb. Damn dragons ate most of them around the hill. We're lucky we got the beef that we do.
Yeah, I've heard about the white dragon being a problem.
Yeah. Well, you know, beggars can't be choosers, but that pepper blend, that'll light you on fire.
You don't.
He's got a couple of kids that are running between his legs. Oh, hello there. Hey, slow down, Billy. Hey, now, wait, what I tell you? And the
Literally describing my life as I'm at the radio station.
The little kid looks up at him and goes, Now, how many pounds of peanuts did I tell you to go pick up? I want you to hold your fingers up. Three. That's right. Go get 3 pounds of peanuts. Come on. Go on. Get 3 pounds. Go on, get him.
Thick.
Yeah. He ain't sick. Yeah, come on, go. That's adorable. Yeah.
That's he's absolutely adorable.
Yeah, you should see his sisters. Yeah. Damn
My name
grandkids.
is Tormund Faust. This is Dirakt. We're here from Harbin. We need to pick supplies up from you to take to Tibor up at the Camp North. From here.
Larry Baratheon, nice to meet you.
Larry, it's an absolute pleasure. You have a beautiful family.
Yeah, thank you. This is my wife over here. This is Nancy. Now it is just a pleasure to meet you. We got more of that beef jerky in the back if you need a whole pack of it.
Well, Nancy, thank you for that. I will be taking some of that. We need provisions for Tibor Wester. We're also going to need provisions for ourselves.
So you're running you're going to run the ox up. You're going up to the logging camp, are you? Okay. Well, you pull around the backside, we already got you all loaded up. You'll go past, there's going to be about 13 piles of different gravel back there. And you go in between those 3 gravel piles, ox will be back there. It's on the cart. Everything's ready to go. We've had it all pulled up for Harbin for some time. And, since the last rain that came through, Nancy, you go check on, make sure we got the rest of them seeds in over there. They're going to be looking for them tomatoes before you know it. The season will pass. She nods her head and makes her way over. Now, kind of looks left and right. I'm assuming that Harbin gave you some whiskey right up there.
Tormund's actually torn at this point. He's gonna try and fake his way out of this lie. No whiskey. He did give me some cigars.
Boy, be straight with me. He's running some whiskey up there. I know it. He's run it up there plenty of times. Hey,
he instantly disarmed. He's not experienced enough to lie. Yeah, he gave me a bottle of whiskey and some cigars to take to Tibor.
Now, my proposition to you is that we split this whiskey. I refill it back with some of the old hooch I got back here in the barrel. And pioneers will never know the difference They're up there. South of Neverwinter, they need it for the natural warming and effect. Hell, I'm giving them a higher proof. Look, come back here. Now the wife's gone. He kicks one of the barrels that's next to the the different array of nuts, bird seed, and other general fuckery in this store. Kicks over and he goes, pulls out a long thief out the side of this one. Not just rainwater in this barrel. Goes to squirt a little bit over in your hand. See what you think about that, boy.
Holding this liquid in his hand, he's gonna look at it and just kind of breathe over it with a little bit of breath and try and ignite it on fire.
Oh, dude, it's yeah. It's barrel proof. It's every bit of 140.
He's gonna take his other hand that he just didn't light on fire as he's trying to get the rest of the alcohol off and put his hand on Larry's shoulder and says, Larry, now I will be happy to run you some booze one day when I'm done with this, but I made a promise to a man and I ain't like to break it right now. But I appreciate your generosity, and I appreciate everything you've done for your family, but I can't do what you're proposing, sir.
Yeah. That's a honest trait you got there, ears, Tormund. Hey boys, come here. Get the lift over here. Looks like Harbin's finally found the first man that wouldn't get rid of his whiskey. He pats you on the shoulder, looks over at Dirakt. You believe this? Your boy is your. That's my nephew. He's the first man that ever not try to trade that whiskey away. My God, I can't believe it. I can't believe it. He puts his hands on his hips. Maybe there is a little bit of faith left in this world. Don't worry. There's enough in that barrel. You'll be able to pull some off, but this is for the horses up there. That bottle needs to go to Tibor that you have. This is for the rest of them, all right? You can get yourself a little bit too. There's plenty in that barrel. You're a good boy, Tormund. You're a good boy. You're a good boy.
He doesn't quite know exactly what the fuck just happened. He's just going to take the hand off his shoulder and go, I'll make sure that Tibor gets this whiskey. Right.
You see, Tormund, life is full of choices. And when it comes to whiskey and women, mankind has been bent more sideways than a broken straw.
All he heard was whiskey and women, and his thoughts started to turn to Leah again. Can't help himself.
He just can't help himself from himself. I mean, sometimes can you really blame him? Well, everything's pulled up around the side. We'll get you all loaded up. Is there anything else y'all need before you make the trek up north?
Was that was Dirakt ask you a question?
No, that was
was that supposed to was that supposed to be Larry?
That's Larry.
Oh, that was Direct's voice.
No, not completely. No, Direct says more is a little bit of this, and this comes up a little higher. Now they may have the same speech patterns, but you gotta remember that's just a dialect. This is Direct. This is Larry.
All right, Larry, we need some provisions to get us to Tibor and back. So if you got your finest canned meat and anything else you could throw us along the way that we could possibly use as sustenance, then I appreciate it. Of course, I'm willing to pay. I'm not asking for any freebies.
Not a problem. We can get you loaded up. You need a little bit more spam for the ride. We'll get you some of that jerky too. You had your eye on that since you come in.
But we also had 2 pieces since we've been here.
Two
He's gonna
pieces?
look over at Direct to see if he's got a fresh stick or not.
Go ahead and mark it 3, please.
But he's gonna change that. All right, that'll be 3 pieces of jerky since we've been here. So just put that on our tab and add probably 9 to that because we'll probably need that for the road too.
No, ain't no problem. We can certainly do that. And you can come take care of that bill when you get back. All right. Mm-hmm.
You know what? I'll pay you now just in case we don't make it back. I would rather you have the money and be able to take care of your family. Then we'll talk about other things we could do together afterwards. All right?
I insist. Whenever you bring back Babe the Ox, we'll go ahead and settle up that bill. Okay? I ain't hurting right now. Not one bit.
Direct's just gonna Tormund's just gonna put 2 pieces of gold on the table and push it over to him. Then consider that an investment towards what you've given us so far, and then we'll settle up at the end.
You're a good boy, Tormund. You're a damn good boy. And he goes ahead and he takes your 2 gold. That's more than enough. That's more than enough. All right, boys. Anything else other than just spam that you need? Is that it?
Tormund's gonna look towards.
Nothing else on your list, is there?
Unless maybe you sell armor. I mean, I think we're probably good for this trip.
Now, yeah, I don't think that bird seed's gonna be able to help you if you encounter that dragon. But
unless dragons like bird seed, and he kind of thinks for a second. Goes, God, that was a stupid comment.
Hey, you never know. It's mighty fine bird seed. All right. Yeah, just making sure. Hold on here. Hold on. I do have a note here. Matter of fact, let's see here. Pulls it out. In here, in here manifest. We got more of my dried meats. We got blocks of cheese, loaves of bread. We got some casks of ale in here, as well as the whiskey, and we got some flask oil. Yep, and all in 2 crates. Here you go. Flips over the manifest and turns to it. Now I expect to see Babe in this cart make its way back. All right.
We'll do everything we can to bring him back. Larry, I promise you.
Good. That's what I want to see. All right. Go on with you. It's now. He looks down over the little belly. Now, that feels like 2.5. That doesn't feel like 3. No, it's 3 pounds. 3 pounds of peanuts. All right. Well, we'll just go. Come over here. We're gonna take it to the scale and find out. All right. we'll see you when you get back, all right?
Tormund's actually going to be very interested to see if he can see what the final weighing is looking like. But before that happens, he's going to break and he's going to examine the riding situation on the ox. Is it a single or a double?
It's carried to we got a cart. You got a wagon.
Yeah, but I mean, is it a single seat or a double seat? Is it, what's the buckboard look like on this motherfucker?
On the wagon, it's double seat.
Yeah. All right, perfect. Is it a big double seat?
Not as big as you'd hope.
Thank you very much.
They never are.
So before he sees the wagon of the peanuts, he's gonna look over for Dirakt and go, all right, Dirakt, hop up there.
Dirakt is already pulling out. I got us a couple of these ass pads up there, and it slides them over on the bench. Yeah, these things are always a little bit more functional. Here, get my damn hemorrhoids flared up if I don't.
That is disgusting. I do not want to hear about that. I just want to help you up on the bench.
Someday, boy, you'll wipe your ass with enough winter wheat shards. Your ass will be all busted up too.
A guy plane shifts one time and shits himself. You're never gonna forgive him for it.
Well, my mentors didn't either. And that's the way this will be. I have spoken.
Shakes his head and helps him up onto the up into the seats.
You're lucky I don't make your ass carry this while I drive this cart. After you help him with the seat. Yeah, he kind of kicks up a little bit. But it's not going fast. It's like 5 miles an hour.
Yeah, I'm gonna throw both our packs in the back and then step up with him.
Oh, you gotta be faster. You never pulled
it's one ox pulling a bunch of gear. I mean, you think my fat ass wouldn't catch it?
You got a lot in common with this ox down here. Young, strong,
gorgeous.
Young.
As he strokes the bottom scales on his chin.
Yeah, no doubt. Young, dumb, and full of bull cum. Let's get the hell out of here. Yeah. As we begin to make our way out of the town of Phandalin again. Headed north. Up to that mining operation to south of Neverwinter. So, at this point, Tormund, you done real well. You done real well.
Let me guess. There's still a lot to learn.
Some good negotiation. No doubt. Even got a lot of high praise. But this is a good opportunity to think about exactly what the hell we're doing right now.
I thought we were adventuring.
Oh, we're certainly adventuring, Tormund. But these supplies, looks back, doesn't look like a supply run. Looks like we're over here on a bootleg run. Boy, I think we might be doing things a little outside the taxable realm.
He's gonna look back. Can I roll a perception check for exactly what is in the back of this thing? Because I've been assuming it's just been provisions, bird seed, and maybe a little liquor on the side.
The provisions are there, but every step of the way you've had a very high taxable good added on each step.
He's gonna look at the hall and go,
yeah. Hey, Ain't none of that. Ain't none of that on the manifest, boy.
So explain to me this, Dirakt. Who's taxing these goods if it's not Harbin? Who's he running this for?
Well, here's time for a little history lesson for you. The town of Neverwinter, which that camp is close to, has a little thing called devastation tax. Tormund?
What the hell's a devastation tax?
It's still reeling from when the mountain exploded next to it. It's been trying to rebuild from the damage that it suffered. That devastation tax is high, and if you think it's high on the regular goods, you can only imagine on the ale, the whiskey, and the cigars. There's a reason why we're headed up north through the damn Neverwinter woods. Ain't nobody gonna run goods through the Neverwinter woods from here.
I mean, it's not a direct. This isn't the most direct path to Tibor?
Well, it is direct, but it is definitely not the main road.
What you're saying is this is full of shit and we're carrying the sandwich.
We are carrying that sandwich, boy. Sometimes when you say yes, you don't know what you're saying yes to.
Motherfucking Harbin.
Yeah. They don't call it adventuring for nothing. Well, let's just hope if we get inspected, they don't go past that manifest.
Wait,
shall we?
There's inspectors?
Well, we just happened to run in some of them folks from Neverwinter, and I don't think we should going through the damn forest over here.
What
Certainly shouldn't.
What kind of baddies we got here in the forest? You know, you've been out here before, haven't you?
That forest, it's got a little piece of everything, woman. There's no telling what we can run into.
He's fucking turned on now. Literally. Boom, just ears up, listening, trying to find fucking anything he can that might be a threat.
Well, one, let's just see how much you remember from your bestiary. Go ahead and roll a history check.
Oh, there's the fucking nat 20. Let's go.
Nat 20.
I was wondering if I was going to get one of those tonight.
Let's see those nat 20s in the chat.
Let's fucking go.
What do I get to reveal to you?
You know that there are sprites in the woods that do a whole motherfucking lot.
I need to look up one thing real quick just to make sure I get the lore right.
The wit. I'm not going anywhere.
All right, I got it. See, there's some people in these woods that worship a god. It's very feral in nature, Foreman. And these people, they're a lot like our friend Bo. There's worshippers of Talos, god of storms. They're an interesting bunch. Talos is the Storm Lord. He's the destroyer. Forest fires, earthquakes, tornadoes, destruction. Obviously, you can tell these folks have been around there since that mountain exploded. There's a god of ravagers, raiders, and looters. People that exploit good, hard-working people like old Larry Brathen. People like Tibor. So,
I mean, as far as we know, both Tibor and Larry are just a bunch of bootleggers.
yeah. Boy, you got a lot to learn about small-town America. Sometimes you can't get by. Sometimes you're overtaxed. Sometimes you got to bend the rules to make ends meet. These people, they don't want to be breaking the law. But they have to survive.
All right, so where's the balance between those people and these followers of Talos who would seed discord throughout the land and watch it burn?
See, just what you said. Some men want to watch this world burn, Tormund. These men are trying to sow the seeds.
So what you're saying is it's kind of a dichotomy. You've got one group of people who want the best for the world, but need to go beyond the law to get it done. And then you've got another group of people who just want to fucking kill everybody and kill everything and watch the world burn. Both discard the law, but one has the common good in mind and the other is worshiping a god of destruction.
What you're describing in the process you're doing right now, Tormund, is called discretion.
The fuck does that mean?
You are using your best discretion. While they both break the law, you understand the difference, Tormund, between the people that want to watch the world burn and the ones that are bending the rules to sow the seeds. That discretion will mean much in your life.
Tormund has a thought and goes rooting around behind the fucking buckboard and looking in grain sacks and bird seeds and finds two little worms, holds them in his hand. The Dirakt. There's one big worm and there's one little worm. And he goes, all right, so which one would you pick?
Neither, because I'm not a bird.
No. If you had to pick one, which one would you pick?
Why am I picking the worm?
Pick a goddamn worm, Dirakt.
I'm asking you the parameters of why I'm picking the worm.
I'm asking you to pick a worm right now.
All right. Give me the one that's moving around the most. I want that thing live.
Public roll. If it's over 11, then that is the big worm. If it's under, then that's the little worm.
It's one.
It's one?
Yeah, it's a one. That one.
So you're going to take the little one.
This little squirmy bastard.
So as you pick that worm up, Tormund is going to turn his hand over and smash it on the seat next to us, just obliterating the big worm. So you pick the lesser of two weevils. We go with the people who are doing the most common good. And if we happen to run across anybody else who counters that, we'll kill them all. It's the lesser of two evils. You know, the lesser of two evils. Don't look at me like that.
I'm sorry. Tormund, you're absolutely correct. I just thought you were using a horrible pun and saying weevils.
No, literally, we're carrying seed and bread. There's weevils in them. I mean, he said they've been sitting in the back for weeks now. Of course there was gonna be weevils if we're hauling bootleg.
He begins to pull small pieces of cotton out from the back to try to put in his ears so he forget what you've said. Damn it, boy. I thought you were about to impart some real knowledge to me, and then you dropped a pun.
Tormund's just gonna sit next to him and start singing. Oh, there once was a girl from Clementine. Had a face and eyes that were so fine. Oh, her father took me to such a shine. What? What's the matter?
It's gonna be a long road to that mining town. Go ahead and roll a survival check. I want to see how long it's gonna take us.
Oh shit, 16.
16? No, it's not bad. It's not bad. Pretty standard. It's another 24 miles north. About the 12-mile mark. About halfway through. I need you to go ahead and roll a perception check.
$17.
17. As you stare off into the distance, Tormund, see some beady eyes out there. Some gnarly yellow beady eyes. We've been on the road for a while. We've entered into the heart of Neverwinter Woods. As you look around, the sunlight only comes in at a very, very dim 30-foot radius. As the vegetation is so dense in these parts of the woods, it's hard to see. It's almost dark. You look out, you can see those eyes. We get a little bit closer, you can see some tusks. You see a big old boar out there. Not on the main road, but it's just sitting there watching you.
Hey, Dirakt, any idea why animals might be watching us? There's a he's trying to be nonchalant while he's pointing directly at the fucking boar. There's a boar over there, just fixated on us.
Like I said, boy, in your bestiary, we don't know if that's a boar or not. Might be a follower of Talos looking at us. Don't even know. What do you want to do about it, Tormund? What do you think?
I'm gonna see how many other eyes. I want to roll perception. See how many other eyes I see other than the boar. 6.
Focused in, hyper focused. You can only see that boar. Can't take your eyes off of it. You glance around, but you don't see any others. What do you say, Tormund? What are we gonna do?
I don't know. All I see is this boar. I don't see anything else. Let's keep going. Let's keep pressing on. We run into Talos people. We'll take it as it is.
All right. Yeah. Yeah. Pull around that boar. Stares at you the whole way around. But it never approaches.
We're just gonna keep on riding then.
Yeah. Go ahead, roll another survival check.
Be a 15.
As we crest in, you can begin to hear the sounds of a river in the distance. Hear that, Tormund? Can't be too far from the logging camp.
Just north of the river, right?
Right. Go ahead and roll a perception check.
$14.
Something sounds off, but you don't know what it is about where you're headed. Don't know why it doesn't sound quite right.
Dirakt, you hear that?
It's not so much what I hear versus what I don't hear. I just hear the water.
No birds, no animals.
Not the animals. I can hear the animals. I don't hear the mill.
They got it off?
These kind of businesses aren't in the business of ever keeping that mill off. They use the power of the river itself.
So if you don't hear the mill, there's maybe trouble then, right?
I'm not going to say that just yet. Hell, it could have had a jam. No reason for us to assume the worst just yet. They may be, hell, they could be replacing the die on it. We don't know. It just sounds a little funny.
Just slow things down just a little bit until we can get a grip on what's going on here. So you're saying you don't hear the mill, even if there is something wrong, it means there's something wrong.
No, I just said they could be changing the die. They could be.
Now, Dirakt, how often does the mill change the die?
When things are real fucked up, Tormund, it's a bad day. When that mill's not running, it's a bad day. I'm just saying that there's an outside chance.
And normally I would say let's rush in there and let's save the mill and help them change the die. But You said there's a Talos issue here. We better be very careful.
Around the woods there are.
The woods, where we are, he's kind of looking around. It's all blending together. They're kind of the same.
You got a point, boy. You got a point. We need to keep our
slow up
guard
our
up.
roll and get a good view on exactly what we're walking into here.
We make our way up to the river's edge. Pull our cart up. All right, babe. Settle down, babe. Settle down, babe. Settle down. I need you to roll a perception check.
It's 19.
You look across, and the first thing you see is just logs are scattered. See, and them logs are all gathered up over there. They're just kind of strewn about. Something ain't right about this, Tormund. It is either a catastrophic log jam. Something ain't right in that mill. That you see over there, it's not spinning.
Look around and see the wheels stalled out. How do you stop a wheel like that with a river blowing through it? Shouldn't be possible.
Something stuck in there. Something stuck real hard. You can see that river rushing against it and blowing against that wheel.
Oh, tie the ox up. Let's go across these rocks in front of us and see if we can't find out what's going on inside that mill.
All right. Need to make a dexterity ability check. Just to make it across these rocks. I will do the same. Come on, Dirakt. Don't bust your ass, old man. Don't bust your ass, old man.
13.
I'm actually gonna put my hand on your shoulder and go, boy, these river rocks. And this is like any friend telling you about river rocks for the first time. It's gonna look like a good place to put your foot, but it's gonna be slick as hell. Famous last words before you almost break your ankle.
Yep.
Guidance, you have a 1d4 on that bad boy.
Nice.
Why do you hate me, Orange Jesus?
That'll up it to a 16.
Ah, shit! As you're able to step forward, my second step, I slide down. Ah, shit! I hit my knee. Oh, god damn it! I'm laid over like beluga over across this rock. Ah, son of a bitch! Oh, wet. Ah! Ah! 17. Pull myself back up on the rock. God damn, it's so cold. I gotta take a piss. Shit. That river's cold. Do as I say, not as I do, boy. So you're able to make it across easily. Me and my wet boots and pants make it to the other side. I'm gonna go ahead and make sure your token is controlled by you. It is now.
Thank you.
As we get to the other side, roll a perception check.
$13.
You can see a couple of timbers bound up. Nothing crazy over here at the side, but it certainly doesn't look like any work's been going down for a while.
Dirakt, this place looks like it's been out of work for a little bit. Well, you're going way out there. I'm having to yell at your ass.
I was just moving over to the side and looking at these timbers. See, they float these logs downstream, Tormund. A hell of a lot more than just two logs bound together.
I'm actually gonna come over there with you. I'm gonna size them up to see if I can use them to span the gap between the island and the wheelhouse.
Yeah. As you go over there, it doesn't take you very long. Go ahead and roll a strength check.
18.
18. You take those two bound logs and just chuck them. Like they're all. Oh, yeah. That's one way to do it, Tormund. They have that little bit of give in the middle that makes you rethink everything in your life.
The way they've got him tied here just it makes my taint pucker.
Yeah. 100%.
I've fallen off logs like that before. It sucks. And that water is fucking cold.
Oh, it's fucking cold, all right. What do you say, Tormund? What do you think of it?
Let's be real quiet. Get across this river. See if we can't find out what's going on in that wheelhouse.
All right. Go quiet now. Go quiet. Not exactly what's going on over here just yet. Are you gonna roll a stealth check?
Yep. That is a 20 fucking 1. Let's go.
Nice. Give me some of that.
There it is.
19, boy.
Oh, dude, that's exactly what I rolled, but I got a +2 on fucking stealth. Yeah!
I don't know what's doing stealth. I got a negative. I have a -1, so it's an 18. All right. Make your way across here. It'll be on the ground floor here, Tormund. There's a opening over here to the side.
Try and see if I could peek in to see what the fuck is going on in there.
Roll a perception check.
It's a 9.
9. You look in, and you can hear. You can hear these gears catching, but you don't know why.
No clear of what's in the room.
You're very, very focused on that sound.
All right. Try and stealthily move. Let's see, what is this? Oh, that's 10 feet. Try and as stealthily as I can move here. Oop, not there. There.
There.
So I can see what's catching in the gears and try and catch a better view of the room while still having maybe quarter cover from the gear to my right.
As you walk in, go up to that gear, look over, and you can see a little bit of a hand that's sticking out. And you go over and there's just the center mass rib cage.
Oh, fucking carnage.
I want you to roll another perception check.
The fuck is with these 9s tonight? It's another 9.
You're just locked in at the moment. You're just looking at that body of this poor woman. Stuck.
She's obviously dead, right?
Oh, very much so.
All right.
Very much so.
I'm going to try and, as safe as I can, reach into the mechanism and try and pull. I mean, it looks like I can grab a hold of at least this arm right here and maybe the head to try and pull what I can out of the gearworks.
Oh man, it's gonna be gross. Go ahead and roll straight.
Oh yeah, I know it's gonna be fucking disgusting. Fucking 19.
19
Would like that a perception.
is you pull. Oh yeah, you get a piece. You get a whole quarter. It dives in a couple of gears. I need you to roll a perception check.
Please don't be a fucking 9. Oh, good. It's 14.
So I can take a step in back behind you. As you pull this arm, and it
Arm and head. I'm going for the whole torso.
like the whole torso. You're trying, but you lack the finesse that there probably no one could have besides completely dismantling this machine. And you get part of what you're pulling on. All right.
Head or arm.
Yeah, you get about half.
Ugh.
You get about half. Direct. Oh, God. Tormund, what have you done? Ugh.
What half am I holding? The head or the arm?
Head, arm. It's kind of like a half quarter.
Oh, it's like so it's literally like this
yeah.
part right here.
Yeah.
Oh God, that's disgusting. As I hold it, I just. Direkt, she was already dead. As I'm trying to hold back a little bit of vomit because I've got shit dripping onto my fucking boots and down my legs.
In like slow motion, you look and you can see as 1 drop, 2 drops hit the floor, then 3 drops. You begin to feel the ground underneath you shake. And where that blood drops onto the ground, the floor explodes and opens up into a hole. It's a large insectoid, an onkeg, a giant bug-like creature, bursts up through the floor. Feelers in front of you. I need you to roll for initiative.
Here we go. Here we go. All right.
Well, I got a nat 1.
Oh shit. Thank God mine's a little better than that. Mine will be an 18 to start. And while you compile the shit, I'm going to run to the bathroom.
18, got it. God damn it, Direkt is surprised as shit. Tormund's gonna need some serious raid. All right.
This could be the most imperative that Tormund has ever needed cards.
We shall see. A big old bug, boy. By the way, huge shout out to Gabrielle Picard, who makes these amazing maps. Oh,
Is that where these came from?
yeah, I buy from almost exclusively one artist on the Roll20 store. Every single one of their maps, I have 7 different pieces all around rivers. They bring incredible value. Gabrielle brings incredible value. Just love it. Every time I need something in my mind's eye, it's there. So good.
That's kind of scary.
Yeah, it is scary because I have a lot. Tormund, boy, it's your turn.
All right. Oh my God. Just seeing this giant fucking bug raise out of the ground as I'm pulling this corpse from the gear works. And he's just gonna once again, as you've seen happen many times before, he's gonna go into a fit of rage. All the chubby pudginess ripples into muscle, and he grabs for the first time this brand new great axe emblazoned with a story of Tribor on it, and he's going to swing for the first time at this big ass bug, and we're gonna see what's gonna happen. It's a +7. That'll be an 18 to hit.
Oh, I gotta bring up its card.
You brought him up, but you didn't bring up his card?
Wow, it sounds like my kind of encounter, right?
It's perfect. I love it.
$18 will hit.
All right. Let's go. That's going to be 16 points slashing damage on the first strike.
It's tweet pounds of peanuts.
It's tweet. I'm not thick.
I'm not there.
16 points slashing damage on the first strike, Captain.
16 points of slashing damage as you come down with Big Al's axe. As you bust part of that hard exoskeleton, and it just squirts a nasty yellow pus.
Perfect. Sounds like fodder for another swing to me. That is going to be... God, I gotta get used to this math now. That'll be a 20 to hit. That'll hit.
20, dirty 20 will hit.
God damn, let's fucking go. That dice is on fire. That will be another 16 points slashing damage.
Woo! Big strikes. Damn. What'd you roll on each one of those?
Literally, those were both D12s, running 12s.
Yeah,
12s plus 4.
Yeah, I was gonna say, is your max damage without a crit? Holy shit! You do 32 points of damage to this fucking onkeg. You do significant damage.
Ah!
The big fucking bug.
It is a big fucking bug. It's a big, ugly fucking bug. It's a goddamn pope of bugs.
As it rears up on its hind legs. It easily doubles its size. Comes down to try to bite you first. 21.
Oh, that'll get it done.
It does 10 points of slashing damage.
That hurts.
You need to make a dexterity or strength saving throw.
We're gonna do strength. It's gonna be a 19.
19.
You gotta love that fucking +6.
As its mouth grinds into you, you take 4 points of acid damage.
Ooh, nasty.
As you pry its jaws off of you. So it's not holding you grappled.
Ooh. God, I hate bugs.
I need you to make a dexterity saving throw when you do so.
That will be a 18.
18. All right. Dirakt's gonna spin around the side. When he does, and he takes that step, you can see literally the mill bags from across the room rise up.
Goddamn weevils.
It was so fitting. I couldn't fucking believe you started. It was fucking great. That's part of my just stare going, oh my God, this is fucking amazing. As another onkeg explodes up through the floor. I'm going to use both of my Eldritch Blast.
Fuck that guy in the ass.
This first one is a 12. It doesn't find purchase. It just misses and slams around the outside of it. Next one's a 3.
God.
I don't find purchase. I ignite my body with the aura of the Phoenix. It's the end of my turn. Woo! The second on-keg is gonna come in at me. It's going to try and bite at me. Yeah, 21. It's going to be able to bite. It also is going to do 10 points of slashing damage to me with 2 points of acid. And shit, what's my best? Strength? Yeah, definitely strength. I'm going to use strength. I'm going to public roll it too. I have a +2. $15. 15. I am just able. We're gonna do something about these bugs. As I pry my way out. Tormund, it is your turn.
All right. Still in a rage. Seeing what's going on around me. I'm gonna fucking take another swing at the bug that I've been working on. Bug I've been taking swings at right now. First swing is gonna be... Shit, wrong fucking page. 21 to hit.
21 will hit.
It's gonna be 9 points slashing damage on the first hit.
DTD.
Oh shit! Oh
Drive
shit!
their demise.
Oh shit! Oh my god, no! Oh fuck! Tormund, after laying into this bug for 2 just brutal ass strikes, is gonna come into the third time. And he's going to cleave the mandible off nearest side to him. And as he cleaves into the mandible, that also goes towards the exoskeleton at the core at the base of his neck, and it's just going to split it open. And as it splits it open, it'll struggle to breathe as you see its blood start to pulse out as it slowly just falls to the ground and into the gears along with the half torso that's already laying there.
As you flay it open, as you watch its acid-like blood drip onto the ground, you see movement.
Oh shit!
As 2
No!
smaller on-kegs dripping in its own blood crawl up and out of that on-keg.
I'm scared. Hold me.
These have a new initiative. This one I'm going to put down at 1.
Oh shit.
because that's where it attacked after Dirakt. Beautiful.
So
Yeah.
that was my first swing. I still got another swing.
You still have two swing, or yeah, you still have another swing. Go for it, baby. As you see these two smaller, more parasitic onkegs come out, slimier exoskeletons look softer.
You know what? He's not one to fucking mince bullshit. This one that he's just seen in front of him. I mean, first swing is going to go towards that. That's 19 to hit.
19 will hit.
It's 8, 12 points slashing damage.
$12 points of slashing damage. All right. Man, as you wreck it, you can feel your axe sink in deep as that little bug's on death's door. But when you do, it sprays out acid. I need you to make a dexterity saving throw.
Motherfucker. God damn it. 17.
17, you're able to just, those pieces of acid hitting all the right places and begin to burn into your hide armor. Dirakt seeing this, taking that wound, uses his, is this a reaction? Yeah, he uses his reaction to cast what is Hellish Rebuke as the actual spell written. But as his aura of the phoenix around him, his body begins to ignite as the wings unfold on either side. And you see him move that projection of the phoenix forward when he forged that totem near the Temple of Greed. And that phoenix takes flight out of his body and just moves forward, cutting a flame path straight forward. It's gonna take 4d10 damage.
Oh, get it, son.
Let's do it. Come on, hot rolls, baby. 7, 4, 11, 18, 22 points of damage. Let's go.
That's beastly. Let's fucking go.
All right. The big boy in front of me is going to be looking rough as the flame cuts across its body. All right.
Was that your bonus action or your action?
That's a reaction. It's not even my turn yet.
Yes.
I forgot that I was like, oh yeah, I'm a warlock, damn it. Do warlock things. Do warlock things. All right. Yeah, the two little bastards are gonna try to bite at you. First one is a 23.
That'll get it done.
The one that you fucked up is a 1. It's like,
It's gonna bite the fucking gears and just get sucked into them.
How much damage it does? You put 12 on it? Yeah, we're gonna do it. That first one does. And it's slow too. It's a slow like pull. And it's like watching that hydraulic press channel on Twitch.
Oh, that's my favorite.
It's like. This guy is gonna do he's gonna do 5 points of slashing damage and 2 points of acid damage. He does not have you grappled.
Oh, thank you.
All right. Big boy's gonna come at me. 13 with mage armor. Damn it. It gets me. Fucker.
Oh, shit.
All right. So this time, when you see the Onkeg bite in to Uncle Dirakt, as it's biting in, you can see the acid coming out. You can see it begin to cauterize as you look into his open wound, and you just see flame. And that flame explodes. And you can see where the wound was is completely healed. It does 15 points of fire damage. And as it does, completely explodes the head on that Onkeg.
Oh, shit.
And you look at the aura. Dirakt is completely healed.
Fucking Phoenix from the ashes again.
All right. Tormund. It is your turn. There is one last bug.
I just want to smash. Let me smash, Becky. That is going to be 17 to hit.
17 will hit.
First swing is going to be 14 points slashing damage.
14 will hit.
14's the damage.
Oh, 14's the excuse me. 14's the damage. That thing is on death's door.
Here comes your second swing. How does a 15 to hit sound?
Oh, it hits.
Okay. Oh God.
Soft skeleton.
It's 9 and 4. 13 points slashing damage on that second swing.
DTD on the little guy. Describe its demise.
But he's going at it with a very have you ever seen how someone splits a lobster open where they're doing lobster Baja style?
Yeah.
He hauls back on this Tribor axe, and you can almost see as he swings the axe down, the wonderful scroll work on the axe as it literally hits the center part of the head of this fucking bug and travels through down through the nose, down to the middle, all the way down to the end, and splits him open like a lobster right down the middle.
Mm. Oh. It's just beautiful.
I'm really hungry for fried lobster Baja style now.
Lobster Baja, so good. Woman, I'm almost damn scared to take another step.
Stay away from the grade bags.
I don't know whether they have full-on trimmer sense or if it's a sense for blood.
Well, there's one way to figure it out. Tormund's gonna shamefully, because he knows it's wrong, grab the upper half of the torso that he had in his hands earlier and wing it towards the door right here.
What? Nothing.
He's gonna look at Dirakt.
It sits there.
Not that it gave me a lot of joy to do that, but
Understand.
I don't think there's anything else in here.
Boy, that's what we call discretion.
Better throwing that than throwing you, right?
100%.
Good. Are the gears in full swing now with the mill? Or are they spinning around?
You loosen up enough where you can hear it. It crunches the rest of those rib bones. And the mill begins to turn again.
It's gonna kind of just, as it turns around, just kind of pull pieces off onto the ground so that the milled stone can spin around unimpinged.
Here, let's not lose focus here. We
I know. But
we can come back to this. We can come back to this.
I'm kind of hoping it's going to bring them to us. Tormund's going to let the wheel spin for a second and listen to see if there's any movement outside or inside the structure we're in now.
Roll perception check.
17.
No movement.
All right. Let's be leery as we go forward, but let's see if we can find some people around here. I'm going to head. It's about right here. See if I can't find some sort of sign of people, humanity, anything.
You head over this way. And when you do, just with a directional view, be able to look in, see two humans in this next room, in this general supply area. When you go in to investigate, You can see that their bodies are riddled with parasitic, like small creatures. Almost like centipedes going in and out, in and out.
I'm gonna call it Dirakt. Dirakt! I need your help with this. Look. He's gonna point towards the bodies with the parasites.
Direkt looks over at you and gives a nod to your head. Looks down at two men that are fallen. One a half orc, the other human male, middle-aged, normal builds, well-worn hands. It's like probably hard workers. And he nods. He begins to open his prepare his breath weapon. And at the same time, you unleash your fire. Direkt unleashes his acid. Roast until those little worms don't move anymore.
Are those little bastards what those big things started out as?
I don't know if those are a parasite that they hold or if they came from those own kegs. I'm not quite sure, Tormund. I'll be dead honest.
Well, I saw 2 more buildings on either side of this place on our way in. Let's sweep them, see if we can't find Tibor. Or if we find anything else like this, let's dispose of it.
Oh, I hope that was just your stomach and not a parasite in your own belly.
Sorry. Use that breath weapon. It tends to give me indigestion for a little bit.
As we backtrack, make our way to the next floor. Go upstairs, and there's actually a locked door right here. Roll a perception check.
$13.
And you can see this locked door. It's just slathered in blood. Just completely covered. And you look into this room. Earth and fire is still roaring, and you hear footsteps.
Sorry. Said earth and fire.
And when you go inside that room, There's another middle-aged male. Flannel, blue jeans, very Al Borland type. But you look at him, and it's not quite right. It's just running itself into the wall over and over again. And you look up and you can see what look like almost like fungus-like antennae coming up and out of its head. And you can look over to the side of the wall. There's an onkeg that's just split open, axe stuck in its head.
These motherfuckers were infectious. This one got to kill this on-keg, but didn't survive. Look at him, Dirakt.
Slamming its head against the wall.
He actually has a pit in his stomach right now. There's a difference between killing in battle and mercy killing. And he's seen it before. Tormund's seen this happen. But he's never had to do it himself. And reading the room, he knows this poor son of a bitch got the upper hand on this onkeg, but just didn't survive the retaliation of whatever came after. And he reaches down and grabs one of his hand axes that are holstered at his knees and walks up. Behind this humanoid that's just smashing his head to the ground, and as he looks at him, he pauses for a second, and it's an innocent pause. It's a pause of someone who's thinking, is this the right thing to do? But then just brings the axe down between the head and the shoulders just to try and mercifully and quickly kill this poor soul as fast as he can.
And you do so. You make the quick, clean kill. Begin to see the convulsions and the wiggle in the body as that parasite begins to leave its host.
He's gonna grab the foot before it has any time to do anything, and he's going to literally drag and throw the body into the fire in the hearth. All this literally battling inside him as his psyche's telling him, what the fuck are you doing? But he's doing it just on instinct now. He's doing it knowing that if he doesn't, there's going to be that's going to be him.
Tormund walks up and puts a hand on your shoulder. What needs to be done, boy? What needs to be done?
He won this fight. He won it. The proof is there. As he points to the exoskeleton that's dead along the side of the room. It wasn't enough.
Dude.
It wasn't enough. Fuck, it wasn't enough.
Sometimes Even when we do everything right, it's not enough, Tormund.
There's
Who's there? Who's there? Who's there?
Tormund just closes his eyes for a second. Focuses. Leans his head back. My name is Tormund Faust. I'm with my uncle Dirakt. Looking for a Tibor Wester.
They haven't got you, have they? If the worms have crawled in your ears, you're done for.
We've killed all that we've come across. I can't say much more than that.
You can hear the door slowly open, still dripping fresh with blood. And you can see just a scraped up, worse for wear, kind of a Noel Gallagher kind of look to him.
You and I gonna live forever.
But like Noel Gallagher with a little bit of old man strength mixed in. It's gangly, but like put the work in. Tormund Faust. Someone send you here, or did you find us in disrepair?
We were sent. Still kind of just still reeling at what he just did. Harbin sent us.
Oh, thank the gods.
May I ask what your name is, sir?
Tibor
Tibor?
Harmon.
You
This
and
is my
I
mill.
have whiskey and cigars to smoke.
I would love to partake in all of this when we finish clearing out the mess that I believe is the death of my entire crew.
You survived. That's the important part. And
What's the
and
point? What's the point of survival if you're a coward? Locking yourself in the office.
Tormund's gonna walk over to him. Literally get in the doorway. Tibor, survival is everything. Survival is what drives you to live.
No. The reason you live is people like Big Jim. See Big Jim out there? He killed that on-keg before it got into my office. And look what it got him. He just throws up a little bit on the floor. God damn it. These are my people, Tormund. They worked for me. They bled for me.
They believed in you. That's why they fought for you.
And I couldn't help them when it mattered the most.
Maybe it was more important that you survived. But you can't let
I doubt
their
it.
sacrifice. No, listen.
I doubt it.
Listen. You can't let the sacrifice of these people who have given their lives for you go in vain. I've been a few places in this realm and seen some things. None of it's been pretty. None of it's been song-worthy. But I've met people who believed and people who gave everything. And Tormund's gonna pull out his axe. He's gonna hold it in front of him so that Tibor can see the engravings on it. Without sacrifice, nothing can be changed. I learned that when Big Al gave me this axe, and I learned how Trivor was cut from the wilds, and he points towards the hilt. And then he progresses his finger along the axe. In time, good things can come. But it doesn't look like that here, as he points back to the hilt. This is where the death, the trouble happens. But in the end, it's happiness. As he points towards the head of the axe, which is still dripping with a little bit of arachnid blood.
Roll with a persuasion check with advantage.
Shit. God damn it. It's an 18.
Just kind of puts his head on your shoulder for a second. Holds it with his arm there. Wipes away the glass from his eyes. Right. Right, Tormund. You're right. When he pulls his head away to look back over at your face, I need you to roll a perception check.
It's an 11.
11. As you guys share a moment for a second, you're right. You're right. You need to make sure that the rest are taken care of. They don't end up like Big Jim. And you both pause for a second, because you can hear the mill begin to stall. And as the three of us all walk forward and look out the window, we look out and we can see the river is frozen in place.
Oh, fuck.
There's 3 feet of ice completely covering the wheel of the mill. We look out over to the cart. Babe is no longer attached. Just one lone part of its collarbone exists attached to the harness. As we look out, the cold whips around us. As we hear just the scream. That echoes through the valley. As we look down and see the back wings and tail, and what's left of poor Babe in one clutch as it spreads a swath of ice down this river. That's where we will end this week.
Oh shit! Oh shit! Dude, I had battle hat ready to go. I thought we had something else, and then that's exactly where we should fucking end. God damn. Oh, how's Tormund gonna explain this one? Babe the ox has been taken by a fucking white dragon. Poor Larry is going to be so disappointed.
The music is what it should be. It's an enhancement for storytelling, walking. That is why it is so good, and I know the particular cadence and how long they go and can be delivered in a very, very impactful manner.
Oh,
Great
God, what a great
RP,
Friday night,
dude. Killer RP. You ran with it very well and adapted. Dude, you never know. Sometimes you just crank out bangers, and me and Radio are very good. Like, this is our, I don't know, this campaign became like, it's our, me being Robert Duvall and him being Michael Caine, and this is our secondhand Lions. All we're doing is constantly going back and forth, trying to be like, this is what every boy needs to know about being a man. I didn't know like that's what this campaign was.
I want you to say my name. It's Michael Caine.
Michael Caine.
Michael Caine.
Don't ever make me cry like Michael Caine did. Don't let you down. Fuck that, dude. Michael Caine will make me upset like disrespecting my own grandfather.
Michael Caine. So let me ask Chad this question. Does anyone know where that question came from? The lesser of two weevils. I will give you one guess. The first person who throws it out. No?
A married an axe murderer.
Nope. Master Commander, Far Side of the World.
No shit.
Yep. Rob Crow and Chaucer sitting around the table talking about weevils, and Chaucer had to pick the weevils, and he picked the larger, and fucking Russell Crowe goes, "Ha! I have you!" Because in decisions such as this, one must choose the lesser of the two weevils.
Horrible.
And you did. And look, we had literally two grain weevils fucking pop out.
I couldn't fucking believe it. I was like,
are you inside my head? Are you inside my head right now?
How did you know it was going to be an insect episode? Oh, shit. We finally encountered it. We covered a lot of ground, dude.
Yes, we did.
R.I.P. Babe. R.I.P. Big Jim.
God, that was harder than killing the fucking orcs for Tormund.
Oh,
Because-
totally, dude. Because in the way you got to describe, like, he did his job, he did everything, and you, for once, as an adventurer, you consoled somebody on the way that the world is. That's a big step for Tormund.
Well, honestly, he wouldn't have had that perspective if it wasn't for the axe. If he hadn't had that moment to reflect and look at the sacrifice of everything that had come before, and if he hadn't gotten Al's axe that had literally the history of adventuring scrolled across it in the terms of why do you adventure, to establish some sort of permanent residence, it would have never ever resonated with Tormund. He would have just fucking gone and been the fucking Slash King. But now he understands purpose, and now he understands reason. And now he has a constant reminder of why.
We're slowly building him in to the man that helps Natty Bumpo and Last the Mohicans. We're grooming him from his son to him. This is where we're going.
Oh, on that note, this is where we wave goodbye to the VOD. Love you guys. Thanks for hanging out with us. We'll see you another night.